An enigmatic figure, Karl Marx and his legacy remain hotly controversial. Today, derided by many the world over, Marx's ideas still prove potent over 200 years after the noteworthy philosopher-intellectual was born. Marx's reputation, many of his modern critics argue, has been severely damaged by the various Marxist regimes across the world that have perpetuated atrocity after atrocity. Indeed, the collapse of the Soviet Union and its satellites have greatly imperiled Marx's political reputation. Additionally, Communist China has become increasingly capitalist over the decades, allowing reforms that have enabled free enterprise to flourish, signaling the end of Marx's sway over China. It is worth noting, however much political Marxism has lost its influence, Marx's intellectual influence remains paramount. Marx's materialistic theory of history still remains the dominant lens through which the forces that determine the direction of our society are viewed. In fact, it is almost impossible not to in some way be influenced by Marx's materialistic view of history. However, not all aspects of Marx's legacy are direct. Marx in some shape or form directly or indirectly contributed to the birth of modern sociology and the social sciences. Additionally, Marx was one of the few philosophers to offer theories that could be tested with the scientific method. So vast is Marx's contribution to intellectual and philosophical thought that social theorists are still debating the various strands of intellectual thought to which he contributed. His theories have also contributed or else influenced a wide array of artists, art history, literature, visual art, music, film, and even theater. His political legacy, namely Marxism, has proven somewhat more complex and controversial. Throughout the 20th century, Marxist revolutions rocked the Western world. Foremost among them, the famed Russian Revolution, which led to the creation of the Soviet Union, one of the preeminent superpowers of the day. Marx also influenced various world leaders including Vladimir Lenin, Mao Zedong, Fidel Castro, Salvador Allende, Joseph Tito, as well as Kwame Nkrumah, Nelson Mandela, Xi Jinping, Jean-Claude Juncker, and Thomas Sankara. Marx's vast political influence aside, it is questionable as to whether or not to blame Karl Marx and his personal views for the millions of deaths caused directly or indirectly by the various Marxist regimes that have been influenced by his views. Today, many Marxists still hotly contest any notion that the ideas of Karl Marx have any blame in any atrocities pervaded by Marxists. It has consequently become quite common to differentiate between Marx's legacy and influence and the legacy and influence of those who have shaped his ideas for their own political purposes.